loving this book. Hey everyone, welcome back to Just Albany Reads. Today is just going to be a vlog day. As you can see on my channel, I haven't been recording and posting much of this year except for earlier last year. Kind of terrible, I know, just terrible. So yeah, so to get myself started coming back to filming and recording, thought I'd just do a little vlog for you guys. I kind of figured out my new schedule in this pandemic remote worker area. So yeah, so I think I came up with something that I could stick to and, you know, grow this channel. I'm gonna try to grow this channel 2021. So yeah, so anyway, this vlog, pretty much, it's about 1 minute. I don't know if you can see, 1 minute till 10 o'clock. I wanted to kind of start this around 9. I'm a little behind. I got sucked into watching YouTube this morning. But Tuesday, today is Tuesday. It's actually December 1st. Hey, December, yay, Christmas, almost. Yeah, so Tuesday is going to be my recording days. Thursday is going to be my posting days. Yeah, I'm going to just try to stick to one video a week right now. It's just going to be too much to try to do more. And plus Tuesdays, it's quiet around this time. I don't have to work. I don't have to work Monday through Friday until 11:30 a.m. So I have a little bit of time to read. And I don't know why I'm doing all of this. In the morning, or the first things I like to read is, like, I don't want to say like educational, but like educational, self-help type things, success books, money books, anything that's more like, it's like learning and helping myself. I don't know. So I've been talking about this book. You've probably seen it in another video down below. I haven't read much of any of it, but it's How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I'm probably going to be, if you're going to be watching these vlogs from start of the day to the end of the day, it's probably going to take me a good couple of months to finish this, because, you know, I'm going to kind of read it on how the author instructed to read it, which is to kind of read each chapter twice and really take notes and, you know, and figure out how I really can apply some of these principles into my life. I bought it to learn. So yeah, so yeah, this will be the first one. A lot of successful people talk about it. So this is what you'll see me reading first, and then I'm going to try to listen to an audiobook during work, but I work kind of a customer service type of job, so like the phones ring and then I have to make calls. And I think I have a meeting today. I'm not sure how long that would be, so I may not get as much, like, but I wasn't going to read, it was on an audiobook, and so I'm audiobooking. I am audiobooking, oh, I wrote it down. I'm audiobooking The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Earlier this year, I put out a video, I think in January or December, end of December of last year, where I put a challenge for myself to pick a genre of books each month. Failing, by the way, definitely failed, but I'm gonna get all 12 of my books done. It's gonna be rushed through December of this right now, December, but I'm gonna get it done. But that book, I chose it because I don't think it's listed as a humor book, but like people find it funny, and a lot of the times a lot of the books that, you know, are aimed to be humorous aren't really humorous. So I'm gonna try to read that, and my brother recommends it as well. So, and then at the end of the day, yeah, I started reading last night. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be reading this book right here, Homegoing, sorry, by Yazi. I don't know why I didn't look it up, excuse me, but I'm going to be reading that. And so today's just going to be a whole reading day. I'm not gonna watch no TV today. I already watched YouTube earlier, but yeah, this is a reading vlog, so we're gonna read. So yeah, that's going to be my day. So I have my oatmeal here. Hopefully that fan, I'm going back there, isn't too loud, but it's hot. That's why I gotta have on this. And if I do get cold, then I put this on. I have tea to get me going. It's a chai tea. I did add some guava in it. I like chai. I like chai latte. So I should have tried to make it like a latte, but okay. Well, let me read because I only have, it's now 10:04 and I'm gonna read until about 11:15 and then start my work day at 11:30. So let me get y'all situated. Or maybe I'll just scoot back. That might be easier to eat this, so just scoot back. A little pen. Oh, you see my shoes? You know, it doesn't really match, but they're like fluffy. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Let's eat a little bit more. So I'm back. It is 11:18, so I finished just in time. I actually I read one chapter, but I read it twice, as I said. So of course I want you to read the book. I want you to get it for yourself, help your own self out. But you know, when I do these daily vlogs or these vlogs every once in a while and I'm still reading this, I'll give you little tidbits. So basically each chapter is talking about a principle that you should apply to your life. And so for today's principle, or the first chapter's principle, is don't criticize, condemn, or complain. And like sometimes when we publicly do that, or we do that to others, then that person feels no fault, and then they then condemn you or criticize you or fight to prove their point, and it really doesn't solve anything, when you really should just look at others as human beings and that they are who they are, and try to think like why they do it, what's kind of their reasoning, put yourself in their shoes, and that's more important than to try to judge them. I'll just read this little tidbit. Instead of condemning people, let's try to understand them. Let's try to figure out why they do what they do. That's a lot more profitable and intriguing than criticism, and it breeds sympathy, tolerance, and kindness. To know all is to forgive all. So yeah, so another thing the book asks you to do is, you know, think about how you can apply it to your life. Some of the things that I said that I could work on is not criticizing, condemning, and complaining about others to other people, and just thinking and speaking negatively about others. I mean, it's about the same, but yeah, that's something that I could do, because I think it does also affect how I then treat the actual people I'm condemning and criticizing. I may not be the nicest or the friendliest, or maybe it'll show in my face, that I don't want to be bothered by you. So it's all important. So yeah, that was a good tidbit. Oop, it is now 11:23. I did not drink my tea like that, so it is cold. And I didn't stir it properly, so I'm like getting all of the agave is at the bottom. Which definitely did help.
The guide also tells you on which planets the best pan-galactic gargle blasters are mixed, how much you can expect to pay for one, and what voluntary organizations exist to help you rehabilitate afterward. The guide even tells you how you can mix one yourself. Take the juice from one bottle of the old Jank spirit, it says. Pour into it 1 measure of water from the seas of Santragenus 5. Oh, that Santragenean seawater, it says. Oh, those Santragenean fish. Allow 3 cubes of Arcturan megagin.
So as you saw, I've started my audiobook for today. It's about 5:22. Yeah, definitely working. It's kind of really hard to try to like listen to an audiobook since it's, like I said earlier, customer facing job. So yeah, I'm on my lunch. I think I have about like another 35 minutes, so I think my battery is dead. So if my camera isn't all the way dead, then I might try to get a few more clips of me listening, but other than that, yeah, I'll come back after work. And excuse the background noise, but if you can hear it, but I'll come back after work. But yeah, my hands are dirty. I got a napkin, so yeah. And I put y'all in a location that's not great, so my dirty fingers is about to go on this camera because I don't have a napkin, but you're dying. So yeah. Hey, so I'm off of work. It is, I'm about to say 5:01. It's 8:01. It's definitely dark in here. Didn't even finish logging off of everything.
Dyes and rubber bungs in his ears. He knew exactly what was happening, and had known ever since his sub-ether sensomatic had started winking in the dead of night beside his pillow and wakened him with a start. It was what he had waited for all these years. But when he had deciphered the signal pattern sitting alone in his small dark room, a coldness had gripped him and squeezed his heart. Of all the races in effect, it was what he was best at. He twisted the wheel sharply, the boat skidded round in a wild, scything skid beneath the cliff face, and dropped to rest lightly on the rocking waves. Within seconds, he ran out onto the deck and waved and grinned at over 3 billion people. The 3 billion people weren't actually...
What do you do when you listen to audiobooks? Comment down below. Because when I was working like in the city and I had to go to work, of course I listened, you know, in the car or on the metro. Okay, so I've now have read maybe about an hour or so on my iPad on the Libby app. I am loving Homegoing, but I'm gonna talk about that in a second. So yeah, please excuse my granny jammies. But yeah, I love owls, but these are definitely granny jammies. But I did, before hopping in the shower, listen to some more of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Didn't really talk about what that was about. I do want to mention that my brother, well, I said earlier that my brother said that it was the book was read aloud. I don't know what I was talking about, but it's a comedy science fiction series that originally was a radio comedy broadcast on BBC Radio in 1974, and then it was later adapted into a novel, shows, comic books, all types of other stuff. So yeah, so this book is pretty much about a group of people that are like hitchhikers that are traveling the galaxy, and like this is a guide of how to do it and the different types of alien races that you can meet, their customs, what you need to know about them, what you need to have with you, like just it's a guide. But anyway, it starts off basically about an alien whose name is Ford. I think it's Ford Perfect, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I was right. Ford Perfect. And they probably did say where he's from, but I'm not sure. But he's stuck on planet Earth, and he has a friend that he befriended, and basically they escape Earth right before it is blown up. And so we're basically, it is comical. Like, I am enjoying it a lot more, like at where I am now, because like I said earlier, it was hard for me to like focus on the audiobook. But yeah, so it's like basically there's a narrator narrating their experiences, things that they might be thinking, things that happen, things that probably like the other alien races are also thinking about, you know, about humans or about other people or other aliens. So the narrator has a very like dry type of voice, but I'm actually starting kind of liking it because it is kind of comedic, especially some of the things that like he is saying. But yeah, like I'm at a point where they have hitchhiked a ride on this alien ship, and yeah, and the Ford Perfect is explaining to Arthur, who's the human, you know, basically what happened and who he is and where they are and what's going on, and telling him about different alien races and telling him about, you know, they're about to jump through space, and they talk about that experience. But this book is about I was about to say the country, but it's about two half sisters and basically their family lineage. They're from Ghana, and it's around the 18th century. So pretty much these two half sisters were born in different villages, didn't know each other at all. So it's not like they were raised like they had one father and then they had different mothers, because, you know, the man could have multiple wives. So it wasn't like that. Like they had the same mother but different fathers, and they were in completely different villages. And it basically is just a journey of the two sisters lineage and what happened to them in their lives. So one sister is married to an Englishman, and she gets to move into the castle, and then the other sister village is raided and she's sold into slavery in that very same castle. So I have read the first sister, and basically her, which Ifia, I'm probably butcher these names too, and it was basically just kind of talked about her growing up in her situation, dealing with her mother, who she eventually finds out later that isn't her actual birth mother, but it's the mother that raised her, which kind of explains why her mother treated her badly the way that she treated her. And up into her, moving in and marrying, marrying the Englishman, who's actually the governor of the castle, and he basically ran the slave trade, alongside with different chiefs in different villages or whatever. So it kind of just talks about, it's just one chapter, so we just kind of leave off of her finding out that she's pregnant, and then we jump to her sister, who talks about her life and her home village, and then her capture, and now her change of life, and just the initial time period of when she first became a slave, and it kind of ends off her. I don't know what I was trying to say, but I was basically just trying to say that the initial point of when you're captured before you're sold into slavery. So she was under the dungeon, and then eventually she gets sold and she's placed somewhere. The next chapter jumps into the son of the first young woman that we read, and he kind of, it fast forwards through time and kind of what he gone through, his thoughts, and his life. And yeah, so it's basically, and then the next chapter after that is going to be the daughter of the other half sister. So anyway, I think that's a pretty cool concept, and we're basically going down the lineage. So it's an interesting read, kind of reimagining or imagining that time period of being in Ghana, and basically the slave trade as well, because we have that backdrop, and then how those slaves were treated, and kind of also how they even treated. It was crazy because in Isai's, I think that's how you pronounce it, Isai's chapter, her father was one of the top soldiers or whatever of her tribe or her village, and they were so good at catching slaves, and they would catch slaves and put them in the forefront, and have the other villagers spit to them, and they would call them names, and look down upon them. And it took her Isai's mother really thought differently about it, and was trying to teach Isai to not think that way, but she didn't really understand, because that's what they were taught, and that's how other people were, until they themselves got a slave girl, and that slave girl was like, hey, my father was just like your father, and look where I am now. And then that basically happened to her. So, but it was just crazy of how easily they were able to just in the story easily take would see these people suffering and look down upon them and spit at them or whatever, when that could just as easily be them, which it eventually did happen. Yeah, I'm just interested in seeing where the family lineage goes in their life. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, day in the life reading vlog, day in the life working from home reading vlog. I don't know how I'm gonna title this, but yeah, so thanks so much for watching again. Please let me know what you've been reading. How has your reading been going this year with everything going on? Support my channel in any way that you see fit. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video after this. So guess I'll talk to you guys later. You guys will see me in the next video. Toodaloo.